ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धोभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम्। Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. We'll directly start with the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This is shloka number 2. Shri Bhagavanuvacha मय्यावेशमनो ये मां नित्ययुक्ता उपासते श्रद्धया परयोपेतास्ते मे युक्ततमो मताः. Arjuna, after seeing this universal form of Krishna in the 11th chapter, he develops a desire and he wants to worship this two-handed form because that's the form which he loves, the two-handed form of Krishna. Four-handed form of Narayan, नमस्कार, नमस्ते, दंडवत प्रणाम. विराट पुरुषा, no, डर लग रहा है, बहुत डर लग रहा है. So, but still, he wanted to just make a confirmation. एक बार confirm कर लेता हूँ, just for my own satisfaction and the satisfaction of all the readers tomorrow who are going to be revisiting this wonderful Adbhuta Bhashanam, this beautiful conversation that happened between Krishna and Arjuna. For all those people who are going to come, Arjuna wanted one last clarification. Who should be the object of worship? किसकी पूजा, उपासना, आराधना, भजन करनी चाहिए? Who is that person? So he asks a question. Arjuna uvacha evam satatayuktaye bhaktastvam paryupasate echapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittama. Who is a better yogi? Ke yoga vittama, which is a better yoga? Who is a better yogi? Either a bhakti yogi who does bhajan for your wonderful two-handed form, or is it those jnanis who worship that impersonal Virat Purusha, that universal form? Kiski puja karni chahiye? Which is better? If you ask the same question to a random guy, they would say, obviously Virat Purush. तो कुछ स्पेशल है ना? कृष्ण तो क्या पूरे महाभारत में कृष्ण 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 ही होते हैं, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू विराट पुरुष, दैट वाज अ स्पेशल दर्शन, बहुत स्पेशल, क्योंकि थोड़ा टाइम के लिए आता है. दिस इज व्हाट मेनी ऑफ देम वुड think if they have not heard the Bhagavad Gita. But you all have heard the sessions of Bhagavad Gita, so it's my request to all of you to kindly share, what do you feel? Who should be the object of worship? Should it be two-handed Krishna, four-handed Paramatma or Narayan, or it should be the universal form? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Shama Sundar, Yashodananda Nihamatra Jani. Correct. The two-handed form of Krishna. So everyone says it should be two-handed, 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 two-handed. Yes. Yes. Three bends, flute in hand, two-handed form. Okay. So he's very specific, not straight standing Krishna. Krishna who is bent in the neck, in his hips and in his legs. That Shamam Trimangalalitam Niyata Prakasham. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Four-handed looks beautiful to Dhanraj Prabhu. Okay. Very nice. But four-handed form will always stand straight. He will not look with love. He'll be standing straight, very strictly. You want to? Can you imagine going and embracing Narayan? Nah, mushkil lag raha hai. You can only imagine doing one thing with Narayan: offer namaskar. Bas. That's what gopis did. Gopis used to embrace Krishna, but when they saw Narayan, they bowed down. Bataiye, kahan? Where is our Krishna? We are interested only in Krishna. Where is he? Then with four hands he shows. Yeah, go there. Even Krishna assumed 400 form once. What had happened was the Pandavas had a small tussle among themselves, Pandavas and Draupadi. Some of them felt, yeah, Ashwathama ko maar do. This fellow is unfit to live. And others felt, नहीं नहीं छोड़ दो, ब्राह्मण का बेटा है, गुरु का बेटा है, उसकी मम्मी रोएगी. A lot of factors, you know. And then they started having a matbhed, difference of opinion. It was getting heated up. So Krishna takes two more hands and separates them. Arey, hato, devotees, where are etiquettes? Vaishnava etiquette, please. Don't fight. That's how Krishna does. He assumes four hands and again hides back his form. Yes. And you even saw the form of Brahma. Krishna is the first form that Brahma also gets to see. And there's a handshake. Imagine Narayan coming there. How there will be handshake? कौन सा लगाएंगे? चक्र लगाएंगे? पद्मा लगाएंगे? Yes. Even when he has to touch, he touches the conch to Dhruv Maharaj's head. Yes, Dhruv Maharaj's head. So in that sense, we need to understand the two-handed form is Sudurdarshanam. Very, very rare form of Krishna is two-handed form. So Krishna makes it very clear. No ambiguity. सीधी बात. प्रभु जी के साथ, Krishna के साथ. He is the real Prabhu. Right? So what does he say? Maya avesha. My. He shows this two-handed form. May. For example, you ask a question. Ki Prabhu ji, I am having a rasgulla, a Mahaprasad of Nityanand Trayodasi. Kisko dena hai? And I tell mujhe dena hai. Then where you will give it? Will you give it to any random guy any random devotee who is having this tilak? Usko de doge? No. Will you give it to any random person who is shaven headed wearing saffron? कोई दिख गया, अरे सब एक जैसे दिखते हैं ना, किसी को भी दे दो? No. You will specifically give that rasgulla to Sanatan Dharmadas. Correct? Right? Similarly, Krishna is here telling, yes, mouth watering, I have rasgullas. Somebody wants to come and take it. Please. मैं खाने नहीं वाला हूँ basically. I'm not going to take. I'm taken for distributing. Yes, the Mahaprasad from all temples, NVCC, Kunj Bihari, as well as BYC, is all there in a bag with me. So first come first. आइए, make you move. ठीक है, आ जाओ, Rahul bro. You can come. आ जाओ, please come. Actually come at 9. Okay. So, Maya Avesha Mano Imam. One whose mind is Avesha, fixed, as entered. Mind is entered. It is said, the gopis of Vrindavan, how they used to behave with Krishna. Krishna used to go to forest along with his cowherd boyfriends and cows in order to tend to the cows. The gopis used to stop getting darshan of Krishna. So what they used to do? They used to tell their mind, hey mind, go behind Krishna. Piche jao. So mind used to follow Krishna. And when mind follows Krishna, their minds, nothing is there. The household chores. The other people, they would be telling, hey, come on, do this, do that. And nothing. They would be just dumbfounded. Not able to focus on any household chores. Why? Because the mind has gone along with Krishna. Krishna ke saath chalega. So that is Maya Vesha Mano Imam. Mind has to be fixed on Krishna. Nitya Yukta Upasate. And not that, okay, mind is fixed on Krishna. Kya kar rahe? Mind fixed on Krishna. No. Along with the mind being fixed on Krishna, Nitya Yukta Upasate. Perform your bhakti. Perform your chanting. Perform your kirtan. Perform your hearing. You can even hear while meditating on Krishna's lotus feet, Krishna's form. Yes. Perform all your chores. Perform your occupational duties. Sab kuch with Krishna in mind. I want to please that personality. And then what? Shraddhaya parayopetas. Have complete faith. Faith in what? So my spiritual master tells faith that Krishna is accepting my service. That is a faith. Bhagwan jo hai, meri seva swikar kar rahe hain. So Krishna is actually accepting my service. Gajendra, yes, he did not know the name of God. He was not able to remember the name of God immediately. He started praying. Yes. And as he was praying, remembering, he took out a flower. Have you seen that photo? He took out a flower and then he offered. Narayana Akhila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Finally, he remembered. Last loka, he remembers the name of Lord. And why does Narayana come there? Why does God come? Narayana, God comes there because he develops a complete faith. complete faith that Lord is going to accept my flower. There are so many personalities who are watching this fight. Yeah. Whenever fights happen, the demigods from the top, they watch. And if somebody is victorious, they shower flowers, etc. They do that job. That all the demigods, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, सब लोग जो वहाँ बैठे थे, they were watching this fight which was taking place for the last 10,000 years. None of them dared to come and claim that flower. No. ये आप सबके लिए नहीं है. First only he said, no. I am only wanting to offer this to the supreme personality of Godhead. वो भगवान उनके लिए ही है. And the moment he meditated and had complete faith that Krishna is accepting my service, this is called transcendental faith. बहुत बार हमारा होता है, हम भोग लगाते हैं. भोग लगाते हैं, भगवान खाएंगे क्या इसको? Will Krishna actually eat it? If Krishna is eating it, why is it still there? अभी तक वो प्लेट में क्यों है? गया क्यों नहीं? Is he really eating? So we need to understand that the bhoga which is kept there, yes, we offer and then we come back and see the bhoga, it is not the outbox, it is a sent item. मतलब गया वो already. So हम जब भी message भेजते हैं, when you even do WhatsApp, everybody was using WhatsApp, correct? So you send a message, the other person receives the message and even you have the message, correct? हम भेजते मैसेज तो उनको पहुंचता है और हमारे पास भी वो मैसेज आ जाता है. So that is there a sent item. For that person it is inbox. हमारा sent item उनका inbox. So our bhoga reaches Krishna's inbox and it is remaining in our sent items as prasad. तो भगवान के लिए भोग हमारा प्रसाद. Krishna's inbox is our sent items. That's first point. Second thing that we need to understand, that Krishna need not eat with his mouth. He can eat with his eyes. He can eat with his ears. वो कैसे भी खा सकते हैं. He doesn't need to chew and eat. He can even give his karunya kataksh, his glance, and he can eat with his glance. Angani yasya sakhalendriya vritti manti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadujvala vigrahasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Every day we sing this in our darshanarti. What is that? Which means Krishna's any limb can behave like anything else. Yeah. Krishna can eat with his hands. He can walk with his eyebrows. He can do anything. All limbs can have potency to do all activities. Angani yasya sakalendriya. All indriyas can do. So we should have that faith that Krishna is accepting our service. So three things. What is the best thing taught here? First is, when we do a service, keep in mind I'm doing it for Krishna. Point number one. Point number two, always engage in proper service. Engagement of service should be nitya. It should not stop. It should be continuous. No breaks. Third is, faith should be there that my service is being accepted by Krishna. Having the complete faith that Krishna is going to accept my service. So that is the 3 points, and such a person is te me yukta tama matah. Yukta tara, yukta tama. Yukta tama means the best you, the most perfect. Perfect hai. See, now what is the meaning of this most perfect? Perfect is perfect. There cannot be perfect, more perfect, most perfect, but Krishna mentions like that. So this is not atishayokti. This is not exaggeration. This is truth. Normally we say, oh, perfect. Perfect means 100 out of 100. Uske upar kuch ho sakta hai kya? No. Perfect, more perfect, best perfect. So Krishna is using something called most perfect. So if you talk from a grammatical point of view, it's wrong. But Krishna is purposely using this to say that is the best. If you follow these three things. Okay. So we learned about meditating on Krishna, Maya Avesha Mano. And that happens when we chant. We chant nicely, we'll be able to fix our mind on Krishna. Practical chanting, like Haridas Thakur. Nitya Yukta Upasate means person rendering services. Services, the best example is Hanuman. He could do so much service for Lord Ram. So we can at least try to be like squirrel. Some service. And third, Shraddhaya Parayopetas, just like Gajendra. He had full faith that it is Narayana who is going to accept my service. Even while preparing bhog, should we have a feel that it's being prepared for Lord 100%? Yes, that is what is bhoga. That is when our consciousness gets transferred into the bhoga. When you're preparing for the Lord, just like there's a mother and she has a child. The child is going to come back home after a long time, really long time. So before the child comes also, she is meditating. Oh, my child likes this very much. इसको बहुत ही item अच्छा लगता है. So that meditation is on. I'll go and purchase the best sabjis, the best flour, the best this, best that, and I'll start my preparation and I'll serve it very hot. As a there's a lot of meditation, right? This is called manorath. So this is also involved in Krishna's service. Is that meditation should be there. Okay. All right. We move to the next sloka. Before that, we'll see some pics. Yes. Definitely. Krishna conscious activities may look like material activities. They are not material. Because everything is done for Krishna. A pure devotee is always in full samadhi. Complete. And this is what is Maya Vesha Mano Yemam. Many read books. But see, Srila Prabhupada is reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Full samadhi. Okay, so now we come to verse number 7. This is very important. We'll read. Teshamaham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. Hari Bol. Translation. Actually, the translation combined for the 6th and 7th. We are going to discuss only 7th, but the translations are combined. So to give a background, because Tesham, the moment Tesham comes means unke liye. Tesham means what? For them. So for whom? That is clarified in the 6th. So we are given both the translations. Very sensitively designed PPT. But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me and being devoted to me without deviation, engaged in devotion service. So this is the 6th verse, which says, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasadhyatma chetasaha nirashir. So this particular slide, Mai sarva, etu sarvani karmani. Oh my God. I just get a touch up. 12.6. Etu sarvani karmani, the second line starting. Let's leave it. 1 minute. Yeah. Etu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparah ananyeneva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. Yeah. So this is the 6th verse, right? The 6th verse. Etu sarvani karmani. Yeah. All their activities unto Krishna. Sanyasya. Mai sanyasya matparah. Giving it to Krishna and giving up their enjoying mentality. Ananyenaiva yogena. No deviation. Mam dhyayanta upasate. And always meditating upon me. For such people, what happens? Tesham aham samudharta. I am the person who is a swift deliverer. From where? Mrityu samsara sagara. From the ocean of birth and death. Bhavami. Yes. Na chirat. Not very fast. Swift. Na chirat. Chirat means long time. Na chirat means very swiftly. Mai aveshita chetasam. So they will, especially for them whose minds are fixed upon me. Okay. When you talk about Jnani, Yogi, Karmi, these are the people who are fighting their own battle. Yes, and they have to. So what is the samsara bhava sagara? Let's try to understand this. Now, how many of you know swimming? Good. Nice. Even I know. So we swim. Yes, and we can swim when we are comfortable. Actually, depth ka or swimming ka connection bhi rehta hai. Moment we say that, okay, we are swimming in a 15 or 20 feet deep swimming pool. 5 feet, 6 feet, हाँ, ठीक है. Oh, that is a छोटा बच्चा. We can easily do. But we are thinking 15 feet swimming deep, 20 feet, immediately tension आता है बाप रे. कर पाएंगे क्या? बीच में थक गए तो क्या होगा? Float मिलेगा? So all those thoughts come, right? So we have swimming pool experience. On the other hand, Sagar is not like that. Sagar is moving waters. Yes, it's not still water. It's moving waters, and Sagar pulls you inside. वो अंदर खींचता है. Sagar has this, come in, आ जाओ. So Bhava Sagar takes you in. And you cannot even drink the "Thak gaye to pani, pani." You drink that. How many of you have taken salt water inside your mouth? Ah, it's yuck. हम लोग उसको you cannot tolerate it. So there's water everywhere, not a drop to drink. That's what happens with us. अंदर गया पानी गया. We immediately spit it out. So you cannot even get nourished. So that's the second problem. Third problem is this Bhavasagar is deep. How deep? आज तक किसी submarine ने, किसी sonar technology ने नहीं find out किया. You're not able to find out. How deep is this Bhavasagar? And how vast is this Bhavasagar? उसका भी कोई there's no calculation. Not possible. Yes. So deep and vast is this ocean. Yes. So we'll ask our Jairaj. He'll tell which is the best submarine. He'll tell us. Yes, Jairaj. Yes, bro.
What is the question? Which is the best submarine?
Yes.
No, we like all the navies all over the world have their submarines, and we have submarines which are indigenous, but originally we have imported from the Russian technology and German technology, and also we have nuclear powered submarines as well.
Okay.
So various types of submarines are there, Prabhuji. Depending on the requirement, there are nuclear powered submarines also.
What's the depth the submarines can go under?
It depends upon the pressure hull design.
Best.
I won't be able to say offhand, Prabhuji. It can go quite deep, but not beyond certain depths. It depends upon the pressure hull design.
Okay.
And various other factors are there in that.
Okay. So it can take up till 400, just an estimation for
Yeah, correct. Yes.
400?
Yes.
500 meters?
Maybe. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
You're not confident. That's what I want to say. So will you sit in a submarine who are attempting to go depth?
That is in feet. 48,000 feet. But you are talking in meters.
I'm talking in meters. So that will be much less. That will be less. Yeah. So maybe 5 kilometers is a big thing. It's a big achievement, I guess. It's going to crush the submarine. So that's what will happen if you're swimming in Bhavasagar. Submarine is telling with all pressure withstanding abilities can get crushed. Hamara kya hoga? Yes. And we have to keep swimming. We need stamina. And moreover, there are going to be wonderful friends inside the water. Some small friends and some big friends. Yes, samajh gaya? Yes, these friends are only aspire. They are looking for something tasty. Unko kuch change. They also need something different. Oh, aaj market mein naya hai kuch. Let's see. So these all creatures are also there. So it makes it very difficult. So karma yoga, jnana yoga, and dhyan yoga is the time when the person is going to swim across the Bhavasagar themselves. Apne, hum karenge. Hum khud tairenge. Karmis are endeavoring how to go from one part, the least troublesome part, from most troublesome part to the least troublesome part. They are interested only in that. Yes, they are interested in going from the most troublesome part to the least troublesome part. On the other hand, Jnanis and Yogis, they are the people who want to go out. They want to go out of this entire Bhavasagar. And the Bhaktas, what they have to do? They just have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. As soon as you chant this Mahamantra, there's a magic that happens. You know what is the magic? Samashritaye padapallava plavam mahat padam punya yasho murare bhavam buddhir vatsa param padam yatu padam natesham. So this shloka says the entire Bhavasagar for a devotee, as soon as you chant Hare Krishna, take shelter of Krishna, comes to the size of the water contained in the hoofprint of a calf. वो कर लेगा तो बच्चा भी तर लेगा. Even a small bachcha can crawl over and easily cross over this Bhavasagar if that happens. Yes. And this is what happens when you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and take shelter of Krishna. And even somebody says, Hare Krishna, I don't want to cross over this also. Krishna says, don't worry. I'll personally come. Helicopter. I'll come and I will pick you up and take you. You don't even have to cross over that. आपको उतना भी करने की जरूरत नहीं. I will cross. Sometimes people say, chullu bar pani mein doob ke mar ja. Yes, it literally becomes chullu bar pani for a person who is actually a devotee. So can you actually, to be very frank, चुल्लू भर पानी में कोई डूब सकता है? Not possible. चुल्लू भर पानी is this much only, right? So one can easily cross over चुल्लू भर पानी. डूब नहीं सकता. So Krishna says it will become चुल्लू भर पानी, and even if you don't have to worry about crossing that also, I'll personally come. मैं खुद आऊंगा. It's not that I'm going to send you some very nice posh fancy car. चलो बैठ के आ जाओ. Please come. Your destination will arrive in maybe something like 48 hours. थोड़ा दूर जाना है ना. Please bear with the time. Your food and all arrangements will be taken care of while as we are journeying ahead. No, भवामी न चिराग पार्थ, instant हुक करके निकाल जाएंगे. You will not even come to know the time. सर इतना स्पीड से भागेंगे तो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम तो होगा ना. नहीं, कोई टेस्ट नहीं, nothing. So Krishna will come, he just touches you and you are bad. Oscar class is the deepest diving operational submarine in the world today. That is, depth of the Oscar class is 830 meters. Thank you for the info, Abhi Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah. So this is our Google Prabhu ka gyan. I don't know if it's a prototype or actually it is tested. We don't know. But anyway, but ocean is much deeper. So kya hoga? Our body will surely not able to survive. But Krishna says that I will come personally for this devotee and pick up that devotee. This is what happens to devotee. See, Krishna is personally coming. Krishna is bending. He doesn't say, "मैं खड़ा हूं यहाँ पे, चलो हाथ दो." He's saying, "You take my hand." You see, there's a joke, small joke. Once what happened was there were two people. दो लोग थे. So there was a person who was drowning in the water, literally drowning. Help! 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 He was struggling. So one person went ahead and he was telling, "Give your hand. Give your hand." अरे अपना हाथ दो. That fellow is not giving. Help! 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 Give your hand. Help! Help! Then this person understand, अच्छा, I think this fellow is a businessman. तो इसको क्या करना चाहिए? इसको give करना आता नहीं, इसको take ही आता है. So take my hand, immediately caught. Take my hand बोलते पकड़ लिया उसने. He was so far shouting, अरे give your hand, give your hand, give तो नहीं. Take my hand, तुरंत पकड़ लिया उसने. And then he came up. Right? So Krishna here doesn't come and say, "Give your hand." Krishna comes and says, "Take my hand." See, he's bent down, इतना मेहनत कर रहा है. हमको क्या इधर इस व्यक्ति को देखिए, he's just showing that Krishna is telling, "Okay, I'll bend." And this is how the Lord picks up the devotee. It's a very fortunate position. Yeah. So the process is simple. Just depend on Krishna. But we have to do it regularly. The last shloka. This shloka is actually what happens is Krishna explains the science of bhakti in 12 shlokas. And then the 13th to 20th shloka, he gives 8 verses glorifying his devotees. Because there may be a doubt. Are devotee kaun hai? Who is a Vaishnava? When do I understand I have become Vaishnava? What are all the qualities or qualification I need to develop in order to be called a Vaishnava? Just like you want to enter, there's an entrance exam, competitive exam, or there may be company selections, or getting into the SSBs. So there are so many qualifiers, right? So they give qualification, list down the qualification, like 2, 3, 4, 5 point. So similarly, if you want to be a bhakti yogi, there are some qualifications. So Krishna gives 8 shlokas. So how many of you heard some Ashtakam? Ashtak suna. I type the name of the Ashtak, you know. You know means you're aware of. I'm not going to ask you to recite. Selling a naam suna hai life mein. Kisi Ashtak ka. Yes. Linga Ashtakam. Yes. Any other Ashtakam? Shiksha Ashtakam, Jagannath Ashtakam, Durga Ashtakam, Krishna Ashtakam, Nanda Kumar, Nanatanaya Ashtakam, Madhura Ashtakam, Damodara Ashtakam. Very good. Yes. Very nice. Radhika Ashtakam, Rudra Ashtakam, personally recited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Guru Ashtakam. Very good. So now, in the 12th chapter, Krishna gives Bhakta Ashtakam. So devotees, they recite different Ashtakams like this. Yes, Achyuta Ashtakam, etc. But Krishna, in the 12th chapter, from 13th shloka to 20th shloka, he recites Bhakta Ashtakam. 8 verses glorifying his devotee. So out of which we have taken one sample shloka and we will try to discuss that. One quality we'll try to discuss. Adveshtha sarva bhutanam maitraha karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukha sukhakshami. Translation. Of course, the translation is for both 13 and 14 because they're twin verses, but I will only read the 13th. One who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself as a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant. Till here is the 13th shloka. Always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service. With determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. Is 14th shloka. And that is Santushta Satatam Yogi, Yatatma Dhrinaschaya, Mayarpito No Buddhir, Yomat Bhakta, Same Priya. So that Yomat Bhakta Same Priya has to come. Na? That is such a devotee is dear to me. That is why we have included the translation of 14. Again, a very sensitive presentation. The devotee has done a very good job. So let's just discuss quickly this 3 verses. So first line, we'll see the first line. So usually shloka has 4 charanas but 2 lines only. Ye first line hai. We should not think that the shloka has 4 lines. It has 4 charan. 1, 2, 3, 4. But 2 lines only. So we'll discuss the first line. So first line talks about non-enviousness, non-envy, adveshta, maitri, equality, and karuna. Karuna means compassion. So in this world, you will find 3 types of people. People who are better than us, people who are equal to us, and people who are inferior to us. Agreed? Yeah, correct. So normally, now I'm asking from normal, it's an activity for all of you. Normally, when somebody, not a devotee, don't think yourself as a devotee, when you are in the outside world. Normally, when you see somebody better than us, kya feeling aata hai? What is the feeling that comes in our mind? Batao? Yes, very honest. Envy, jealousy, guilty. Dialogue guilt also. Arey, aap iski tarah nahi hai. Yes, this is a very common. Why I cannot be like them? Why I am not them? Jealousy. Correct. That is why Krishna says the first word, adveshta. Adveshta. Don't be envious. Yes. So how to not be envious? When we see somebody better, we should think, well, here's an opportunity Krishna has sent to me to learn something from this person. कुछ सीखने के लिए इनको मेरी life में भेजा है. So let me learn. Yes. So I have a great opportunity to learn. And actually, envy is an indirect appreciation. Indirect appreciation. So why not we directly appreciate? हम indirect क्यों करें? Directly appreciate करते हैं ना? Why to do indirect appreciation? Let me directly appreciate this person. So go directly and appreciate. What is the difference between? I'll tell you 3 things: comparison, jealousy, and envy. Comparison means उसके पास इतना है, मेरे पास इतना है. But comparison will lead to jealousy. Jealousy means उसके पास इतना क्यों है, मेरे पास इतना कम क्यों है. That is jealousy and feeling bad about it. Envy is क्योंकि उसके पास ज्यादा है, I will pull out that person and get that person to my level or below me. That thought is envy. The tendency. So that jealousy is, of course, being very, very burning with the difference which is there. But envy is actually pulling down the other person. This is a malicious intent to pull down the other person and get that person below us. That is envy. So that is what happens. Okay. Acting on jealousy, exactly. That's envy. Second thing, if you find somebody equal, what do you do in this world? In this world. इस दुनिया में कोई इक्वल हमारे बराबर कांटे की टक्कर बराबर आ गया कोई तो क्या करते हैं? Yes, exactly. We compete that person. Hey, चलो देखते हैं आज देखे जरा किसमें कितना है दम. चलो. That's what people do. Compete. Let me compete. So there's a competition that develops between them. And most of the times, because we are in the material consciousness, we may develop an unhealthy competition. That's what happens. But Krishna is telling we should try to be friends. Because even as friendship, equals means you should try to be friendly. A devotee is trying to be friendly with them. Okay, let's be friends. Let's learn from each other. Let's grow together. Yes. You can grow very fast with friends. With peer group, we can grow really fast in every aspect, knowledge, skills, and values, even in bhakti. Yes. So the equal association is very important. So let's have very good friendship with the equals. Maitra. Okay. And the third quality, when we see somebody below us, somebody inferior to us, how do you feel? Material world में जो हमसे कम है उनको देख के क्या फील करता है? Yes, we develop pride. That's one thing. What else? In the material world, I'm telling, not devotee. Junior. We tend to exploit that person. Avoid, okay, insignificant. Yeah, we feel like ragging them. Exactly. College students say, hey, aayega, reply. We feel like ragging them. Usually one tends to exploit them, show our pride, show off, control them. Yes. Make that person feel insecure. Correct. Ask them to do our work. Yes. Hey, chal, tu junior hai, kaam karo. Mera kaam karna chahiye. That's what happens. But Krishna says that you should show karuna. You should show compassion to those who are less than us. In fact, the Bhagavatam says, Gunadikam mudam lipset anukrosham gunadhamat maitrim samanam anviche na tapa abhibhuyate. Anybody who fulfills these three things in one's life, that person will never ever suffer in mind. Na tapa abhibhuyate. His mind will always be peaceful. It's a very good secret to have a peaceful mind. Many of the problems that we have are usually relationship dynamics. Yeah. Things and situations don't trouble us so much. They don't torment us so much as relationship dynamics. Usne ye bol diya, usne wo bol diya. Yes, this is what preoccupies our mind and prevents us from actually doing something substantial in this world. The next part is nirmamaha. I'll quickly just give the definition of each properly. Nirmama, ye mera nahi hai, ye Krishna ka hai. That is why all devotees on all their objects, they write ICO, Sanatan Dharmadas. ICO means in care of. It's not mine. It's in care of Sanatan Dharmadas. Yes, Krishna ka hai. I'm just taking care. I'm just a caretaker. That is nirmamata. Nirmamo. And nirahankara. Nirahankara means, ahankar means to think ourselves anything. Anything apart from being Krishnadas or Krishnadasi. Any identity other than Krishnadas or Krishnadasi. Jivera Swarupa hoy Krishnera Nityadas. Other than this, any other identity is ahankar. Man, Indian, woman, boy, girl, student, father, mother, brother, sister, all these identities have ahankar. Nirahankara means I am Krishnadas or Krishnadasi. That is Nirahankara. Samadukha Sukha Kshami. Samadukha Sukha means a person, whether mind is happy, mind is sad, one goes on with one's prescribed duties. One doesn't stop one's prescribed duties. No, go on. Koi baat nahi. Sometimes in dukkha, what we do? In dukkha, we curse God. Arey, kya hai? Main itna bhakti kiya. Kya mila? No, nahi karunga. And sukha, one forgets God. Arey, itna sukha hai. Why we need God? Both can happen. But a person is equal in both. Samadukha sukha. And last is Shami. Shami is a person who's forgiving. Yes, somebody does something. See, two things in life we have to remember, and two things in life we should always forget. Two things to remember, two things to forget. Two things we should always remember is what bad we have done for others, we should always remember. And what good others have done for us, we should always remember. What bad we do for others and what good others have done for us, always remember. And what to always, two things to always forget: the good that we do for others and the bad that others have done for us. These two things we should always forget. Such a person will be Shami. He will be called as Shami. Shama kar dena. To forgive is not easy, definitely. That will happen when we advance. Spiritually, one person is advanced. He can easily forgive. Shami. Okay, so we'll conclude here. And if there are any questions, I'll take. There are a lot of questions. Dhruin Prabhu, we have work to do.
Sure, Prabhuji. We can quickly start with the very first question that we have. The very first question that we have received by Manchu Ranjan Prabhuji, I guess. Let's start with that. Prabhuji, what if we follow the rules, but seniors are troubling us, Prabhuji? He might be a student and facing this kind of issue. So how students can also get such situation?
Okay. So basically, you're getting exploited by superiors. Somebody superior to you is exploiting you. Well, we need to understand, in this world, you have to be smart. Devotees are not dumb people. Excuse me. Yeah. Devotees are not dumb people. They are not naive people. When somebody is we should know where to do the line. Somebody is telling you to do certain work. Yes, superiors we have to serve under them in company or situations like that. But at the same time, you should know what service you have signed up for and do that properly. Anything extra which is not your work, yes, so there we have to deal very smartly. We should know the art of saying no very beautifully. We should never say no to our prescribed work, but कुछ extra है उसको कैसे no करना है. That art is very wonderful art that you have to know, you have to do. And best way to do it is to bring up the work given by that superior only in front. उसी को ढाल बना के you can say no. That way they cannot exploit. Yeah. Another way is very smartly you have to say no. So बोलने के बहुत तरीके हैं. Should learn that.
Whereas Jika question that we should never see anybody down than us. Like Trust Maharaj did when Dronacharya asked him to fight down fellows than him.
Yeah, correct. Yudhishthira Maharaj could not find anyone inferior because of his very good superior quality. But in this world, we know that three types of people exist. And somebody is needy and helpful, we should definitely help them out. That's the principle.
Himanshu, next question that is a Shami tree and the Shami that you have described, are they same or?
Kshatragnya. Ya ra la va kshatragnya. We say na akshar. So kshami, kshama kar dijiye mujhe. No, mujhe kshama kar dijiye. We say na. It's not shama, it's kshama actually in Sanskrit. So that kshama means to forgive.
Okay, there is a request by Mirish ji that if you can please explain the Bhagavad Gita's 4th chapter's 18th verse, I guess, because he was having.
If time remains, I will.
Understanding.
If time remains. Next
yes,
question.
then we can keep it at last. Sneha ji, the question that should I prepare bhoga for Krishna in the kitchen where onion garlic is used or non-veg is also prepared? Like how we need to keep the sanity and all those while preparing it.
Yeah. The ideal standards is separate kitchen, ideally a unique kitchen only for Krishna, unique vessels where nothing else is cooked except for Krishna. That's ideal. वो नहीं बन पा रहा तो ठीक है. In the kitchen where everything is cooked, at least we maintain the vessels to be pure. At least that can be followed.
Okay. Marish ji ka question hai that if you can just explain the difference between Krupa and Daya, how do they differ or are they same?
Karuna and Daya.
Okay,
because Kripa I never mentioned. Karuna. Kripa and Karuna is same. Karuna is practical action, acting upon compassion. Daya is a bhavana. It's there here. Daya bhavana is in heart. It's Dayavan. Yes, his heart is having Daya. Karuna is practical action. Yeah.
There was a next question, mine, that I accept that Krishna ji has given Gita knowledge very first itself to Surya Dev. But after every Kali Yuga, there is a pralay coming and everything gets destroyed and all, like all as you had described. So how this knowledge is going to remain? How everyone?
Oh, the Saptarishis, every Satyuga, there are people who are Saptarishi. If you even look in the sky, their planets are there, Orion constellation. These Saptarishis have only one job. Every time the Satyuga comes, they have to come and educate. They're supposed to educate the people in Sanatan Dharma. That is their job, nothing else. After that, they go back and again do their sadhana. So every Satyug they come, they preach and they go back. That's their job. They do it.
Just I guess we have reached to our time limit. But one just last, कि कलरव जी ने पूछा था that when he visited today Radha Madhav temple at Ahmedabad, there was a huge cake prasadam that was served. So can you just glorify that today's special day?
Oh, today's day is special because today is Nityananda Trayodashi. So Nityananda is an expansion of Balram. He's actually Balram, he's not expansion. Just like Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balram comes as Brajendra Nandana Sai, Satyashuta Hoilo Sai, Balarama Hoilo Nitai. So Balaram becomes Nityananda. So he's Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityanand Prabhu or Balaram refers to Guru Tattva, the spiritual master. So spiritual master, now Gaur Purnima is going to come ahead. We'll have a discussion on Gaur Purnima also. So before Gaur Purnima comes Nityananda Rishi. First you get blessings of Guru, then you get blessings of Gauranga. Correct? So he is an embodiment of super duper compassion. Yes. He is very, very compassionate person who delivers the holy name free of cost to everyone. So he's Nityananda. Some glimpses, I cannot give you a whole thing. Some glimpses I give. Okay. At least 2-3 hours I need to explain who's Nityananda Prabhu in brief. Detail दूसरी बात है. Yes.
So very much, Prabhuji, I guess. With this, we can bring end to today's session, but there is a very special announcement. Just stay with us for a couple of minutes. So as you can see that almost we are progressing towards the end of our this course. So today we have seen the 12th chapter on Monday. So tomorrow we'll be having the 13th chapter, and on the Friday we'll be having 16th chapter. Thursday will be as usual Siddhi Baat Prabhuji ke saath. So for the benefit of all the participants, we have specially 2 double dhamaka sessions as it was loved by every participant earlier. So we'll be having the 14th and 15th chapter combined in a fully packed knowledge of Vedic wisdom on Wednesday, and on 17th and 18th chapter that will be completing on the Saturday. So please keep this schedule in mind and make sure that on Wednesday and Saturday, right before 8 p.m., you are already into the Zoom session, and we'll be having a complete 8 to 9 of 2 chapters combined session. So thank you so very much to all the participants for tuning in and staying. We thank His Grace Sanatana Dharmadas Prabhuji also for having such a wonderful Gita Art of Inner Peace course, which was like a next level for us. And yes, moving forward, we'll be having this way down the line. And please don't miss out on attempting the quizzes that you are getting regularly. So thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice. Thank you so much. Shruti Desali Mataji, Dhruvin Prabhu, Kalpesh Prabhu, Raji Mataji, Chandrasekhar, Jairaj Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Dhanraj Prabhu, Paulo Mataji, Chinmay Mataji. Very nice. Yogesh Ekal Prabhu, Manisha Panda Mataji, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, Sneha Mataji, Hare Krishna, Tejashri Shete Mataji, and your mother is there? Very nice. Hare Krishna Mataji. Rahul Rajwani Prabhu and his mother, Mayuresh Prabhu, Haribol, Aditi ji, Hare Krishna, Srinivasan, Nainarji, Hare Krishna, Shashikant Prabhu, Mataji, where are you? Still in NVCC, Prasadam Hall. Where are you exactly?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी
कहाँ पे है?
प्रभु जी we are in NVCC
NVCC Prasadam Hall. Govindas.
Govindas.
That is one
So
area I've
lot
never gone.
of noise is there. Yes.
NVCC Govindas I have never gone in my life. I only went for inauguration. That's all. उसके बाद हमें allowed नहीं है. Brahmacharis are not allowed there. That's one area we are not allowed. Yes. Thank you. Hari Prasad Sharma ji, Gauri ji with your grandchild. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Imani Mataji, Vidya Srivatsan ji, Hare Krishna. Prashant Gawali Prabhu and family, Hare Krishna. Rajiv Chachara Prabhu, Haribol. Lata Yashwant Mataji, Hare Krishna. I covered all those who turn on videos. Thank you. Haribol. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhobhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Thank you all very much. Let's meet tomorrow again, right? Hare Krishna.